Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Nothing Edited. What you see right there is some camellia beans. They're the baby green limas, or green baby limas, however you want to pronounce it. It's a 1 pound bag. I'm going to rinse these, sort these, and I'll bring y'all back. Okay y'all, I've added the beans to it. Y'all can see they've been rinsed off. Alright, this is the other ingredient going in. The stick of butter. Now this is exactly the way my grandmother got them, and this is how I'm going to do them. You don't add seasonings, you don't add pepper, you don't add anything to it. Just a moment. Drop my pot here I had. Give me just a moment. Now what I want y'all to know is that I turn that crock pot on high. And before I put the beans in, I turned it on high for about 30 minutes. Now what I'm coming in here with now is boiling hot water. That's why I preheated my crock pot. Okay, now that's 3 cups of boiling hot water. I'm going to just put the lid on it. I'm going to let it cook on high for about 4 hours. I'll come back and I'll check it. If I need to add more water to it, I will add more water to it. But if not, I'm going to leave it as it is. This is one of those beans that you want to have a real good thick gravy, so you add water as needed. Not as with other beans, even though that's a full pound of beans, I don't want to add 6 cups of water to it. So I will bring y'all back after 4 hours and show you what I do from there. Okay, y'all, I know I told y'all I'd bring y'all back in 4 hours, but I want to show you what it looks like 2 hours into cooking. Now, I'm going to go on ahead and tell y'all straight up and down. What you just seen me add to this pot of beans, that's all I'm adding to this beans. I may add a dash of pepper. I have seen people add smoked meat to it, sausage to it, just whatever type of meat that you want, even bacon, added to it. Hang on. You know what? I didn't turn that light on. I'm sorry, y'all. There we go. Now y'all can see it even better. So we'll go back through that again. But that's it. That's 2 hours into cooking it. And again, I'm not adding salt. I'm not adding garlic powder, onion powder, no onions, no vegetables, 0 meat. The reason is, these beans don't need any extra flavor. By adding the butter puts the salt in it that you generally need. If you want extra salt, you add it once you put it into your bowl. Generally speaking, these are eaten over rice. Now, towards the end of the cooking, I may add black pepper to it, I may not. But truthfully, these beans do not need anything other than what you saw me put into it. This is the way my grandmother cooked them. Have I personally tried it with meat? Yes. My husband years ago said, why don't you put meat in those beans? So I used 2 different crock pots. I used a really small, 2 really small ones, put half in one, half in the other. I cooked mine exactly the way I'm cooking these here. And his, I added the meat, the onions, and everything to it. He goes, these beans don't taste like you normally cook them. I said, it's because I added all the stuff you asked me to add to it. So you really, truly do not need to add extra ingredients to it. This would make a very good what if video. And I may title this What If. And this is enough beans to feed 6 grown people, because it's a pound of the beans. And you cook a cup of rice. If you have rice, that makes 3 cups of rice. If you add 2 cups, if you cook 2 cups of rice, that makes 6. So the beans and the rice by itself is all you would need to feed 6 people. Okay, y'all. This is 3 hours into cooking. I've not added any liquid to this whatsoever. You can see the beans have absorbed a great deal of the liquid. But I'm still not ready to add any more liquid because, and if I do, it's going to be boiling water. When I say liquid, I mean water. Now, I've also seen people add chicken broth. Oh, that's good if you're cooking white beans. These beans here, I don't know how to explain it. They just happen to have a natural taste about them that you don't want taken away by using broth, onions, celery, bell pepper, any type of meats. It is what it is. Now, here comes my dash of pepper. Alright, there's some pepper added to it. Y'all have never seen me cook beans without meat. There's a first time for everything. Alright, like I said, this is 3 hours into it. It may take a little longer than what I thought, because those beans are not tender yet. And I may have to come back and add liquid at hour 4. But right now, these beans are safe and good to go. And if I do, I will be adding boiling water, just like I done previously. Okay, y'all, we are at the 4-hour mark. And these are still not completely cooked. And I'm going to drop in, about a half a stick of butter there. And I'm going to be adding some more boiling water to this. I'm going to need more gravy because what y'all see me do at the end of this video is really a what if thing you can do to be prepared to keep from having a what if. Alright, so this water is boiling. Here we go in. Ooh, that's 1 cup. Boiling water. Alright, we're going to let this go for another hour and see what happens. But I am going to need some gravy because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do at the end of this video. Stay tuned, folks. Okay, y'all, those beans are like right at ready to be tender enough. I've got my rice cooking on the side. I'm going to hit it with some salt. I hope y'all can see that. That butter I used like an idiot, y'all. I'm sorry, it was unsalted butter. But that's cool. Not a big deal. Again, that's all that's going into these beans. I'm going to give these another 30 minutes. They should be about ready. I do need the gravy, and I'm going to show y'all why I need the gravy when I find what I did with the lid to it. Okay. Put that lid on there good. I'm going to raise this camera up a little bit. Uh-oh. It's tilting on me. Hang on. Okay, see, I have a whole bunch of these videos right here. I mean, videos. Good Lord, y'all. My mind is somewhere else. These jars. When I'm done cooking this and they cool down, the beans cool down, I will be adding like a 1/4 cup of beans. Then I will add a 1/4 cup of cooked rice. Then another 1/4 cup of the beans and the gravy. I'll stir it up really well. And then I will take it and I'll put it back down here on the beans. Put a lid on it. After they cool down. Now these things are going to have to cool down tremendously, like to room temperature, before I fill the jars that I'm speaking of right now. Then I'll, when I fill them, you fill them all the way up to the bottom ring. You see that bottom line right there? That's where you fill them up to. Alright, you set them to the side. I put a cup towel over mine when I get them all filled up. I put a cup towel over them. I even cheat. I put a fan. I put a isolating fan, let them cool them down real fast, and I screw on plastic lids. I write what's on it, and I put them in my freezer. So that is part of the what if video I was talking about that I wanted to do as well, but there's no sense in showing you that part. When these beans are finally cooked and the rice is cooked, I'll show you the product. Okay, y'all, these beans are done. They're finally done. So I'll be serving them up on a bed of rice, show you that, and bring y'all back for that. Okay, y'all, there's the bowl of rice. God, I hope I don't make a mess doing this. If I do, I'll just wipe it up. That's what you want. Now, personally, I like a lot of rice, beans, and juice. There's that juice. Now, the only other thing that I really will add to this, and this is just being honest, is I will, every once in a while, add hot sauce to this. I'm not in a mood right now for the hot sauce thing. So, I just want the plain baby limas. Yeah, just enough gravy. See that? That rice is soaking in it. Them beans are soaking in it. Oh, yeah. Get me a bite of that. I'll be adding more beans. That's not enough beans to my bowl, but for this demo, it's perfectly fine. Y'all, this is super goodness. That's what it is. Now, I'll show you this jar again. See, basically, like that mixture I have right there. Mix it up like that. Add it to this bowl. I have a little, to this jar. I'm not pronouncing anything right. I have one of these little gadgets right here. Put it on there. Put it in the bowl. Let it sit there and cool with cut towels over it. Dish rags, whatever the heck you want to call them. Till it cools down to room temperature. I put plastic lids. I do not use glass, the metal lids on my jars. And you let it cool down. You put the plastic lid, label it, put it in your freezer. Good to go 3 to 6 months, even longer. But that's what I would do for a what if video. And you can consider this a what if video because I actually cooked a cup and a half of rice with a pound of those beans, and I'm going to get several of these jars out of that, which if it was a what if and it hit the fan, I can always reach in my freezer and pull a jar of that out and have me a meal. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and by all means, leave a comment. This is nothing edited. I'm out. Y'all do something nice for somebody today.